Hey, this is Blind Fox and welcome at my Ration review. Please subscribe to the channel and please support me on patreon.com. Today's ration came from MREMountain.com. I got it with a whole case of milk cold withers. Okay, today we are going to be reviewing number 9. I'm doing number 9 as my second review since I did a number 11, one of the breakfasts the last time, and I decided that a lot of people won't get to number 9 because they won't order sometimes you get them in lots of four, so you won't order a lot with all of the breakfasts. The egg stuff aren't really nice, but we're going to do number 9, rice and chicken, Mexican style. This was packed by the Warner Company. There's the information. Let's just say that this is property of US government, it's not for resale. On here it's just white, there stands meal and cold weather. And it's a peelable seal. This is quite a thick plastic. It's all white, it doesn't have a packing date on the outside, but I know this is a 2018 menu. This is just a peelable seal. Just open this. This just doesn't want to open, so I'm going to just cut it open. This is quite a thick plastic. One thing I really don't like about these rations is because it's a peelable seal, it's not reusable. So although this is a nice thick plastic and you can use it for stuff, you can't really close it again after you have opened it, so you can't really keep stuff in there. Let's see what's in here. We've got cornbread, trans fat free, and there's some nutritional stuff. We have cranberries sliced. We've got the packing date of the 120th day of 28. Sorry. We've got the packing date of the 120th day of 2018. We've got the accessory pack. We've got a First Strick nutritious energy bar. Apple cinnamon flavor. We've got the Mexican style chicken with rice. We have got beverage powder orange. And we've got a spoon. In the previous ration we had 2 beverage drinks, but in this one we only have 1. This is the accessory bag. Definitely smells some mint in here. We have got a towelette, coffee, creamer, sugar, hot sauce, some matches with the striker at the back. This is wooden. Some toilet paper and gum. You can see there is some toilet paper or napkin roll up in just in a little sleeve. It looks like it's little plies. This is just the accessory bag where the accessories was in. So that's all that's in the menu 9 Mexican style chicken with rice. It seems we've got 1 less drink than in the previous menu. We're not going to use the matches, nor the toilet paper, nor the creamer or sugar. I don't like creamer and sugar in my coffee. Nor we might use the moist towelette, but I don't think so. We might also use the hot sauce. Okay, you can't really read it there, but This just say you need 16 ounces of water, hot water, to add to this. Luckily I've got a cup or a measuring thing that works in ounces. Then you mix it in and let it stand for 10 minutes. For the orange drink you need 12 ounces of water and mix it. You can mix it in this pouch. There's the fill line. I'm just going to use a bottle just so that I don't have to drink everything in one sitting, so that I can drink this throughout the day. So I'll get this mixed up and I'll be back. Okay, you can see this one has got some 10 notches here. Here it's got the seal, so you can just tear it open. And then pop water in here and then just drink out of this container. This does have orangey smell. Can't really see the color of the powder since it's a bit far in there, but it does have an orangey smell. So I'm going to add some 12 ounces of water to this. I'm going to mix it in a water bottle. It's just easier for me to pour from a water bottle than from this bag. And I'm going to mix this. This requires 16 ounces of water, hot water. This is quite a bit more than the breakfast we mixed in the previous cold weather one. So I'm just going to mix this with hot water and I'll be back. To close this after I've mixed it, I'm going to use a close peg. This does not have a ziplock, so you can't close it after you've opened this. Which is a shame. They really should add a ziplock here so that you can do the same thing you did with the other meal, that you can close that after you've mixed it. This, just before we go, this does not have 10 notches. So we'll have to cut it open. There you can see there is there's the ingredients. Oops. This is just your normal MRE spoon. Let's check out how this stuff looks. You can see there's just some stuff. Very crispy. You can taste it's freeze dried. So I'll go and mix this and I'll be back. You can taste the chicken or I think I had a bean and maybe some potatoes or something. Very crispy. Very savory. Yeah, here is the coffee. I'm not going to add any creamer or sugar to this. The coffee is large granulars. It's not small little. It's not just powder. Okay, I've mixed this and it's sort of standing now. You use about 16 ounces of water, which is quite a lot of water, so I'll see how this turns out. It's double the amount of water we used for the breakfast. To mix it, I used a chopstick. As I said, I just mixed the cool drink in my water bottle. Since I don't really, it's easier. Here is the cool drink. You can see it's quite a vivid orange. And it smells like artificial orange. We're just going to put them aside. Let's check out all of the other stuff. This is the cornbread. I can't really see. Trans fat free. There is no 10 notch, but it doesn't matter. There's also an oxygen absorber in there. It smells like corn. See, there's the oxygen absorber. There's some information there, but it's so dark. It's written on that, I really can't read it. We have some sliced cranberries. The cranberries, it weighs 56 grams. The First Strike bar. This First Strike bar contains 270 calories, 70 from fat. It weighs 2.6 ounces, about 65 grams. It's a whole big bar. I'm just gonna tear off a bit. This is apple cinnamon flavor. Okay, let's start tasting stuff. This is the cranberries. You can see some of them are sort of sticking to each other. They are quite sticky. They just taste like normal cranberries. The apple cinnamon bar. First Strike bar. It smells cinnamony. It tastes cinnamony. It's a bit crunchy. I don't really like this. It's crunchy. There can be crispy or cornflakes stuffed in, but this is not very nice. Well, I don't find it very nice. You taste some, not really apple, but you do taste cinnamon. Check out the cornbread. You can see it's yellow. It's very light. Maybe a slight corn taste. It might be a bit dry, but you almost like to eat it with your food and with drinks. It's not bad, it's quite nice. So far the stuff I like the least is this First Strike bar. Let's check out the orange. It does taste a bit artificial orangey. It's very tart though it's not like the South African orange stuff where it's very sweet. There might be a lot of sugar in here, but you don't taste it. It's like the lemon lime or some of the other stuff. It's got a quite tart taste to it. You don't taste that extraordinarily sugariness as when you drink the South African orange juice. It doesn't taste really that much like Rehydrate. It tastes more a bit not so sweet, and you do get that nice soury citrusy flavor. I made it a bit stronger than last time. It's got a slight bitterness. I do like my coffee very strong, so this is nice. If you don't like strong coffee, you can just add more water. This is not as weak as the South African coffees, and it's not as bitter as some of the coffees can be. This is just a nice all-round coffee. The nice thing about having a strong coffee, you can just sometimes add a bit more water, and then you will lose some of that extraordinary coffee taste if you don't like it. Around 13 minutes have passed now, and metal do conduct heat. This thing is quite hot. You do have a quite savory smell. This thing is very hot. Just want to see if it is done. To mix this, you don't always get into every little nook and cranny to mix it, even if you use a little chopstick, because the pouch is folded the way it is. This thing is really not cold. Phew. This thing is hotter than some of the pouches I've had lately. This is quite a lot of food. It almost filled up my whole little cup here. It's very hot. It's just very brown and very steaming. It's a very boring stew. If you just look at it, it's very brown. I think there's some beans in there. It's a very boring looking stew, but it tastes nice. It's got some beans in there, a lot of rice, some meat, definitely some chili type thing. You do taste, it's not a very hot chili stew, but you do get a nice chili flavor. If you don't like hot stuff, you might not enjoy this. It's sort of in the border between mild and not so very mild. It's not really It's stronger than the South African curry type stuff with the hotness, but it is nice. I'm not going to add some extra hot sauce now, but you can. So if it's not strong enough for you, here's nice hot sauce for you to add. I'm just not going to use it. The rice is a bit crispy. The rice is a bit crispy, but the rest of the meat and the rest of the stuff is nicely rehydrated. I'm glad that they added all the water they said, because else it would have been so dry. Let's check the stew with the cornbread. I'm not going to dump it in the stew. The slight sweetness of the cornbread does go well with this stew. There's really a lot of rice. You really have to taste the chicken in this. I think there's some beans, if I'm correct. But really the cornbread does go well. The sweetness of the cornbread, as I said, with the hotness of the stew, it really goes well. Try some cranberries. It might not be normal, but the cranberries does go nice with the stew. And while we are at it, adding stuff to stew. No, the cinnamon apple first stripe bar doesn't go really well with the stew. The crunchiness does go well, but the taste really doesn't. But the cranberries, I think, go well with the stew and the cornbread. And the stew isn't bad. It's just the rice is still a bit crunchy for me. I like my rice a bit more soft. But if you like rice not to be totally absorbed in the food, this will be quite nice for you. It's got a slight burn, so if you don't hotish food, you might not like this. I know my dad wouldn't like this, since he doesn't like hot food at all. His definition and my definition of hot is two totally different definitions. So overall, let's see what I think about this. The stew and the cornbread is a good combination. The cornbread is nice, it's sweet, it's light, it's a bit buttery, fatty. It's not compact, it's sort of airy. It tastes nice and fresh. Well, this is a relatively fresh ration. The cranberries is nice. I don't like the Apple Cinnamon First Strick bar. They could have put in something else. This is really not, I really don't like that. The coffee is nice, and the orange drink is also nice. So this one gets a good rating from me. Much better than the breakfast I had last time. In this one the main dish is good, but one of the other dishes aren't good. The breakfast one, the breakfast egg and bacon thing, I didn't like. But this, it's nice. It might need a bit of salt. It's funny that they don't have salt in these dishes. I would have thought that they would have a little packet of salt and pepper at least. Well, salt at least. But they don't. But it's still a good, nice dish. Okay, the gum is nice little square pieces. It's much like a little Stimmerl or peachy or something. It tastes very minty, it's very light, it's nice and refreshing. It's nice and chewy, it doesn't go all crumbly. It's quite a nice way to end a meal. So this was a nice review overall. I like the food. So we did menu number 9, rice and chicken, Mexican style. I got this again from MRE Mountain in a big box full of them. I'll be doing some of the other menus here and there. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please go and donate. See you at my next ration review.